The question is, which concentrations do the pre-med students take? Well, they're all over the place. Actually, we've had students over the years in the instrumentation track. We have students in the biomaterials track. So they don't necessarily take one track over another. Again, other than some of the suggested courses by the pre-med advisors, one concentration does not have a more courses than another. Again, other than the suggested courses, which would be in the computational track. I'd recommend taking the concentration you're most interested in and that you're most motivated to do. Okay, let's see. Computational systems biology. Well, computational systems biology, as I mentioned before, we used to call the bioinformatics track. Okay, but we're doing much more in that area now. The computational systems biology, we're working on the genomes on the cell level, understanding the systems relationship between all those. It's a relatively new field. By new, maybe 10, 15 years old. It's basically working with large data sets like the Human Genome Project and things like that. So it's a relatively new field in BME. And the focus of the computational and systems biology track is, again, not just working with big data, which would be bioinformatics or systems data, but working with big data that relates to the human system. What concentration has the most collaboration with UConn Medical? I would say most of our students that work with research faculty at the health center, okay, are typically in the biomaterials, biotissue track. A large number, but not all of our faculty working in those areas are based out of the UConn Health Center, okay? And again, they're not necessarily working with the medical staff up there, but they're working with our professors, the biomedical engineering professors up there who interface with the physicians at the health center. Hopefully that answered the question. Pretty much prerequisites for later courses are satisfied by taking all the courses in year 1 and year 2. Okay, the curriculum for all 4 concentrations is exactly the same in freshman and sophomore year. So regardless of what concentration you select, you're going to be taking the same courses. Okay, you need to choose a concentration second semester sophomore year, because once you start first semester junior year, that's when you're going to be taking concentration specific courses. Okay, many of the first and second year courses are prereqs. Once you get to junior year, they're the basic courses in the curriculum like calculus, physics, biology. And in fact, some first year courses are prereqs for second year courses, because you need to take, for example, the first semester of physics before you get the second semester of physics. Okay. So there's no, I would say, key course, but you need to get them all in to make sure you don't run into issues later on in junior, senior year, because you're missing one of these core courses. Question about senior design. Our senior design program is actually a 3-semester long program. You start second semester junior year taking a course called junior design. In junior design, you learn how to design, how to do an optimal design, how to go about the process of designing. Okay, so you're learning what design is and how to do it. And there's several mini projects within junior design. Senior design is a 2-semester long course. It goes senior year, fall and spring. And in senior design, you spend the entire year designing and building whatever your project is. So since we're doing the how you go about designing in junior year, it lets you focus the entire senior year on the project itself. Our projects come from our faculty. Our projects come from industry, okay? And our projects may come from the health center, the medical school. We've had projects from Children's Hospital in Hartford. Yeah, okay, so are there many different routes that projects take coming into the program? As far as projects, assignment in the spring of junior year as part of junior design, we'll have what's called pitch night. And on pitch night, you get a couple-minute presentation of all the projects that are going to be available for the following fall. And then you'd submit first choice, second choice, third choice on the projects that you're interested in. And then from there, the projects are assigned. Who gets assigned to projects, again, to some extent, is based on your concentration. For example, let's say a project is highly computational and falls mainly within the computational and systems biology curriculum. Well, that's probably going to take more people in the CSB track, okay? But they still may require someone from mechanical engineering or electrical, the electrical concentration or biomechanics, because of what the project scope is. And vice versa. You might have a project that doesn't have a lot of computational work in it, but might have enough that would need someone who's in our computational concentration. And of course, the highlight of senior design is Design Day, which unfortunately this year is going to be virtual, but it's held every year in Gamble Pavilion, where all the students get to, not just from BME, but from all the engineering curriculums, get to show their designs for the semester. Okay, question, if a student gets closed out of a section of a course, what would happen to make sure the student does not fall behind? Typically, if it's a BME course, you're not going to get closed out. Okay, if you're one of our students in our curriculum, we have room for you. If you wanted to get into a course outside of engineering, okay, and you were closed out, well, there's many alternative courses you can take. The question was, if a student gets closed out of a section of a course, what would happen to make sure the student does not fall behind? And typically, courses that are outside of engineering or outside of BME are electives, which means you have multiple choices to choose from, or multiple courses to choose from. So if you couldn't take one section or one course, there'd be another course available. Okay, there is a link, if you look on PowerPoint, there is a link about the CSB track, Computational Systems Biology. Okay, a lot of this, since it is computer-based, computer models and simulations for biological systems. Okay, basically the skill set is going to be lots of programming, but also lots of biology, understanding protein and nucleic acid, gene and protein sequencing, genomics, maybe even image analysis and modeling. Okay, looking at a X-ray or an MRI or an fMRI, okay, and being able to analyze that information. Okay, so those are the type of things or areas that you'd be looking at. You might even look at pharmacokinetics, which is understanding how drugs interact with the body, how they're distributed, how they interact at the cellular level. Okay, cellular modeling, things like that. Okay, question, is it practical to get a minor in computer science along with a major in BME? Minors never hurt you. Okay? Minors only enhance your employability because it shows you have a little bit deeper depth in one area. Now, we have a lot of students who do minors. Minors typically at UConn are 15 credit hours. Minors or courses you take for minors do not have to be unique. So for example, if you take a course to meet your BME degree, it's very possible that course will also count towards a minor. Okay, we have students who minor in everything, from engineering to health, to a foreign language, to math. Okay, and again, depending on the minor you enroll in, some, and on a few cases, all of your courses to complete the minor will be met by the courses you take in the BME curriculum. You also may want to consider, rather than minoring, double majoring in engineering. Okay? Again, because BME is interdisciplinary, if you're in the, let's say, biomechanics, biotissue track, as part of the curriculum, you're going to take some mechanical engineering courses. And if you're doing a double major at UConn, there's no credit requirement, okay, but you have to meet the requirements of both degrees. So in engineering, if you were going to do, let's say, mechanical and BME, for both those curriculums, I'll take a freshman course. You have to take Calc 1. Well, that'll count towards both degrees. You have to take Physics 1. That'll count towards both degrees. As you get to later in the curriculum, you have to take thermodynamics. But both curriculums require thermodynamics, so you'll be able to take it once to count both places. Same thing with some of your electives. There might be an elective in the BME curriculum that is either required or may be an elective for the mechanical engineering degree. And again, just like a minor, this just enhances your opportunities, whether it's to go on for an advanced degree or it's to look for a job, okay? Because you'd be graduating with both a BME degree and, let's say, mechanical engineering degree. So that just expands the job market and availability for you, okay? If you're thinking of that, what I suggest you do is you can go to our website, bme.uconn.edu, and download the curriculum. And you can do the same thing, again, let's say it's mechanical engineering with the mechanical engineering website. And you can go through and see how many additional courses you would need to take. Normally, if you're going to do a double major, we would say figure on 5 years to be safe. Okay, but it's going to be dependent on what the double major is, how heavy a course load you take during the academic year, and whether or not you supplement it by taking courses over the summer or during intersession. Now, if you go outside of engineering for a double degree, say BME and chemistry, okay, there's a lot less courses that will count for both degrees than there would be if you had 2 engineering degrees. Okay, so again, a minor never hurts you, and it can help you in certain instances. Typically, it's not a huge jump to do a minor. It's 15 credit hours, 5 courses, some of which you may be able to take care of as part of your bachelor's curriculum. Okay, I think that's all on that one. Let's see if there's any more in the link here. Okay.